Hello everyone, and welcome into another episode of Buffy. Today we're on season 7, episode 5. This one is titled Selfless. But before we get into this next episode, I decided it's time to have another moment where I kind of respond to some comments. I don't know what's going on, but I just wanted to make some things clear on my end. And there were a couple interesting questions that came out of my comment section on my last video that I actually do want to answer. So I don't do this that much, but when I see, like, I don't know, people getting mean, I like to just let us all take a deep breath and talk it out. So that's what we're gonna do. A lot of comments, I'll put them up on the screen. I'm seeing a lot of comments that are telling me what I talked about at the beginning of the last episode about what the intention was at the end of season 6 with Spike and the soul situation, whether he went there for a soul or not. That was like a really interesting thing to me because for me, the ending of season 6 was ambiguous enough where you could interpret it either way. So that was just something I wanted to open up as a conversation, but then I saw a lot of comments like getting upset with me, and a lot of you guys let me know that like the writers have come out and said this was the intention from the start. They wrote it to be misleading, but the intention the whole time was always that Spike was going to get a soul. I saw one comment that was like, OMG, it's not controversial. It's been confirmed by the creators and all the interviews and commentaries. Spike went to get a soul. Okay, I don't watch interviews and commentaries. I don't watch any behind the scenes of this show. I'm watching this show like reaction style, so I'm trying to stay extremely spoiler free, and I've managed to do it, and I want to finish strong with going through the show with no spoilers, no outside knowledge. I stay away from interviews. I stay away from commentaries. I stay away from it all because I'm not in that realm of media where it's like behind the scenes Buffy stuff because I don't want to be accidentally spoiled by something. So I didn't know that. I hear you guys though that, apparently it's been confirmed by the writers that the intention the entire time was for Spike to go and get a soul, and I 100% believe that. There's no reason for me not to believe that. I accept that. I think that's cool. I think they wrote it ambiguously and like tried to be misleading on purpose, and that's cool. And that's really that. To the person who replied to that comment though, saying she's so slow sometimes, that's really mean. And also, I don't think that me not consuming interviews and commentaries is a stupid decision on my end. I just am trying to stay spoiler free. And a lot of people are like getting upset with me being like, it's not controversial. But I just want to have you understand, the only reason I thought it was controversial was because I was seeing people fight about it in the comment sections, and my comment sections are the only outside opinions that I see about this show. Like, it's the only thing I have to kind of understand where the fandom stands on certain things, and that just seemed to be a very controversial thing because I was seeing people fight about it. But I mean, I hear you that at the same time, if the writers confirmed that, and that's that. But then there were a couple other comments that I did want to respond to. This person said, I am genuinely asking if you think in season 6 the writers were trying to make it for Spike to do evil trials that had nothing to do with getting his soul back. I'm really wondering, what do you believe he was trying to accomplish? He already could hurt Buffy. What would going through demonic, deathly trials overseas accomplish for him that finding an initiative grade surgeon or a powerful warlock could not? It was the same exact red herring the writers threw when they wanted people to think Dawn was evil for half an episode before Buffy learned the truth, and for some reason, period. I don't know. I get the question though. So my thought, I didn't think it was a smart idea that Spike would be going overseas and going through these trials to try to get his chip removed, or whether that meant surgically, like you said, like a magical literal doctor, or if it meant something deeper where like some magic could surpass the chip and be instilled in him, or whatever the heck the show could have come up with. I didn't think that was like a smart idea on Spike's end, but I was like, hey, Spike, I know he's lived a long time and he has a lot of connections, so it wasn't shocking to me that he would know someone who he thought could surpass the power of the chip in some way. So that's what I thought that was. But then also I was like, that's not a smart idea on his end, especially when I was seeing the trials happen, because the person in charge of the trials was like, the girl changed you. It's the girl that changed you. And it was written in a way where, again, you can take it both ways, and now I understand that it's supposed to be taken the opposite way with Spike going for a soul. Writers confirmed it. I know. But when I was watching it, I thought I was being proven right that, like, yes, Spike did go there for the chip because he's desperate to just be a monster again. And he thinks that removing the chip, which like you said, he could hurt Buffy now, but I thought that he was thinking that he was blaming the chip, even though that wasn't accurate. I thought it was just him emotionally responding and being so desperate that he wasn't thinking very clearly, and he was like hard focused on, I just need the chip out and then everything will be fixed. And I'm sitting here watching that like, I don't think that's gonna fix everything, buddy. And even this trial master doesn't think it's gonna, fix anything for you either. So I thought the twist was like, the trial master was gonna override the chip somehow, and then Spike was going to be kind of standing there dumbfounded because he was still going to be the confused man that he went there being. And he was going to be there and be like, oh, I still care. I can no longer blame the chip. Like, I really am developing these real feelings. And it has nothing to do with the chip. It does have to do with Buffy and the effect that she's had on me. That's what I thought he was about to face and what like the big reveal for him was going to be at the end. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense of where my line of thinking was going there, but of course it makes sense, in hindsight, looking back at it, like, okay, yeah, you can take all of this and be like, actually, he was going there for a soul. Somebody else commented, the fact that you refuse to take any good thing Spike does at face value is insane to me. The writers knew that he was going to specifically get his soul back, and if you pay attention to the trial scenes, that's pretty obvious. Okay, there's an undertone of like saying I'm stupid for not picking up on that, but anyways, they were misleading the audience into believing he was getting his chip, so at the end it would be a surprise. Yeah, it's called a misdirect, which they have done many times in the show. I know what that is. Yes, thank you. You do not have to contrive some alternative narrative to fit what he did. It's not controversial and there is no debate. The show has been out for almost 2 decades. It's already confirmed. Okay. I don't have 2 decades of knowledge. I don't know what's been confirmed and not confirmed. We talked about that already. But them saying that, like, the fact that you refuse to take any good thing Spike does at face value is insane to me. He's an extremely nuanced, complicated character psychologically, and I don't take anything good or bad that he does at face value. And maybe I do that like too much, and it's like I'm overdoing like the mistrust in the good things and the bad things. Maybe I let bad things slide more than I should with him, and maybe I don't appreciate the good enough, but it's just because he's a very complicated character, and I think that's what I'm supposed to feel with him. I'm supposed to be a little bit on edge on his character because there's just so much that he's going through and experiencing, and it's very interesting, and he's like one of my favorite characters of the show because of that. So I'm still really appreciating what they're doing with Spike's character, and I just still can't wait to see where they bring him throughout the final season. So that's everything that I wanted to say. Please just remember to be nice to each other, be nice to me. Like, please don't imply that I'm stupid. It really does like get to me, and I'm not like the strongest, I'm not someone who has the thickest skin. Sometimes I wonder, why are you on the internet then? I don't know. One time I deleted my entire YouTube channel because of comments that I couldn't take, and I just want to like beg you guys to just be nice, basically, because I just don't want to ruin this final season with like volatile comment sections. I just want to have a good time. I really, really love this show, and I am excited to experience it with you guys who I know also love it very much. So I just want to focus on that, and with that, let's get into Selfless. If you would like to watch the full episode with me, my uncut reactions are available below on my Patreon. If you'd rather just hang out here on YouTube, thank you for being here as well, and let's get into it.
People may say something to you you don't understand. Just don't be afraid to keep your mouth shut and pretend like you know what they're saying.
Have you talked to her lately?
Not since that night with the Gnarl Demon. And that wasn't exactly the kind of how have you been kind of talking. I'm thinking I should call her.
I just don't want you to get your hopes up.
There are no hopes. Anya and I are done. I love being single.
I kind of hope so, I think.
Giddy at the thought of all the women I will no doubt be dating in the near future. I just worry about her, that's all.
Anya?
Yeah, she seems so sad.
No.
Try acting like everybody else more.
I'm not sure I get the sad vibe, but there's definitely a vengeance vibe worth worrying about.
Oh, that? She was hurt and she just turned back to what she knew when But that's not her anymore.
I hope you're right.
I really think she's coming around.
Cut to what? Cut to what? You can't say something like that. What? Oh my god. They're not gonna pan to Anya having done all this. Oh my god. Gorgeous dress. I love the cut. But girl.
What have I done?
No, I don't believe it. She wouldn't do all that. I think it's misleading, and like maybe she failed to save these people and she feels guilty because maybe she was like a catalyst of something bad happening to them. Because I just know she wouldn't I can't imagine her physically doing that to them, especially with the conversations we've been hearing her having like with Willow. And Willow's going off to college. That's good for her to get back there. It's really good. And the way Xander's talking about Anya, it does sound like he's still loves her, but I don't think that necessarily equals wanting to get back together with her. I think I'm gonna trust that, you know, he's excited to get into Whoa. 880? She's that old? Oh my god, yes, of course. The troll.
Troll. Scubbly.
She's not scared of bunnies yet. There's just a bunny chilling in here. Oh. That is nice. You called her annoying? Okay. What a compliment. Man, she's always been insecure in her relationships and very dependent. We gotta be going back to another flashback throughout the episode because I need more. I'm kind of hoping they give me the backstory of why she's traumatized by bunnies through those flashbacks as well. I feel like that cannot be a coincidence. Oh my god, no. She has to have tried to save them but failed.
I don't trust what I see anymore. Drew used to see things, you know.
And she was very smart.
I can help you.
I could never ask. Not have to.
You're different.
Could never ask.
We'll get through this.
Wait, is that, oh my god. I cannot believe I was tricked by that. It wouldn't make sense for her to be that sensitive to a situation yet. She's not there yet.
This is the Hellmouth. There is something bad down here.
Yeah, now he's like, shit, that conversation wasn't real.
Get up and get out of this basement.
She's much more stern with him right now. She's not as soft to him like his vision
Don't have
was.
anywhere else to go.
Are we gonna take him in? I don't know if she'd do that. That would be interesting.
We'll get you caught up in no time.
Really?
What am I gonna say? No, I don't want my best student back in my class. You turned it around and they saw your finals like, boom, magic.
Yeah, similar
Oh.
to, but
Look, we'll talk about what we need to do to get you caught up, all right?
okay. Thanks, Professor.
Oh my god, is Anya still wearing the blood dress? Were those all college guys that were killed?
Hello, hi. What are you doing here? I was a little worried, but I already have books and homework. What are you doing here? Walking out of the fraternity house in the middle of the day.
The fraternity house.
I have a new boyfriend now. He lives here.
That's great.
Lots and lots of sex.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh.
Moved on.
Yes, we're tremendously happy together. I'm late for something important.
Okay.
If I was Willow,
See you
I'd
later.
get into that frat house and just see what's up. Yep, okay. Her matchy outfit is giving like Scooby Gang. It's like literally Scooby-Doo. She looks like she belongs in it. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot of blood. I take it back. Is this a wish that Anya granted? That's the obvious thought, right? But I just didn't believe it.
Everyone's bringing a date. I'll have a great time.
What?
But it was just me. He broke up with me in front of them. It was a game. It was all a game. And they laughed.
So she wanted them all
And I
dead?
yelled just once.
I wish.
I wish you could all feel what it's like to have your hearts ripped out. Just once.
Oh my god. This is so weird, though, that Anya did this.
Spider.
What?
Where did it go?
What do you mean?
Where is it now?
That's fun. That's fun. I love like old school CGI, honestly. I think it's so fun.
Pat,
Nice.
for God's sake, shut your whimpering mouth.
Whoa. Oh my god. Ooh, she got dark there. The amount of magic she had to use, it seemed like brought out that other side of her.
I'm sorry.
Okay, good. Oof. Yay! And your beadwork, he said. Interesting. But we're skipping over why she turned him into a troll. Maybe because she just didn't trust that he wasn't cheating on her. Or he actually did, and like she caught him.
Impressive.
Thank you.
But how did you get the troll element?
Ilsbane,
Eelspan. What do you do?
bar matron. A
Oh,
load-bearing bar matron.
she did catch him.
My name is DeHoffer.
I am odd.
We know him, but I gotta write his name down again or I'll keep forgetting.
You are Anyanka. We're vengeance demons. I'm sure you've heard of us.
No, I'm sorry. I don't talk to people much.
Oh, what a mood.
I get the sense that your talents are not fully appreciated here, Anyanka. We'd like you to join us.
My name is Odd.
Perhaps. But Anyanka is who you are.
Huh. That's interesting that he like bestowed that name on her.
Help wronged women, punish evil men.
And that's an interesting pitch because not all vengeance demons are like that. It's like he knew what she wanted to hear to get her involved. Oh, okay. The teens of Sunnydale must be doing pretty good then if we're doing that.
Willow, hey, is everything... Oh, spider demon. Wait, hold on. Ripped out the heart? My God. Hey, did you get that physics class you wanted?
Wonderful, Anyanka. There's even talk of having some sort of ceremony. Honey, what is it? What's wrong?
There was just so much screaming. So much blood. I guess I'm just a little rusty. I didn't think it would hit me like this.
Oh, sweet.
That's surprising because she's been struggling with like feelings about all this all season.
Get out. Lemon drop. If you think I'm gonna...
Get out.
Do you know what they did to her? Do you?
Do you know what you did to them?
You're in trouble. You know it.
Yeah.
I'm here to help you.
Yeah. She doesn't want to see you go over the edge like she did.
I want to help you.
They got what they deserved.
No.
So she say what this thing is?
Some sort of spider demon-y thingy. She had to go pretty quickly.
How big she say this thing was?
Oh, it's still just going after anyone?
Oh, sticky.
Willow said I was a spider demon. It's his webbing.
Is that it?
I can't tell.
It's gonna drop on them.
There's definitely something moving up there.
Oh, okay. Ew. Ew, not the dripping, not the dripping. Oh my god, the way it just like bounces around.
Okay, so we go home, pick up more swords, we come back and...
That works too.
Or?
I know where it came from.
And it should be the only one, I think,
many?
hopefully.
10? 12?
Or not. Oh my god, what?
How could you not have told us?
She is.
Xander.
How could you not have told me?
Xander. She didn't tell us because she knows what I have to do. I
What?
have to kill Anya.
Oh. That's an interesting conclusion to jump to so quickly. That doesn't feel like us or what, like where Buffy's brain would go first. Like, I feel like, I mean, I get it because yes, she's a vengeance demon now. And if she's gonna do this, that's that. St. Petersburg,
No, I will
1905. Oh my god.
I
All these
grant
dead
wishes.
men.
It's all inside.
Oh, women are dead too.
Well, I don't know about her mind, but it was in her heart. Russia was ready to explode. All we did is just give it a little push.
The explosions in the back.
What else is there? Why, the whole world, for one. Darling, take a look around. There's a lot to see.
Well, what is there to be interested in? A victorious communist revolution resulting in socio-economic paradise on Earth.
Yeah.
It's common sense, really.
You're talking about work.
I'm talking about life. Vengeance is what I do, Halfrek.
Wow. Yeah, she was deep in it.
She's not the Anya that you knew, Xander. She's a demon.
That doesn't mean you have to kill her.
Yeah. Can we figure out, like, how to reverse her back to human again?
I've considered them.
Okay, so she's been
Just
thinking
now?
about this.
Took
No.
y'all of 10 seconds to decide to kill one of your best friends?
No, I'm guessing she's been thinking a while.
To this has occurred to me before.
Yeah, okay.
It's occurred to you too.
But we can change what she did. Fix it.
That is where my brain would go to first, you know, what Xander is feeling.
I know this is hard for you to hear, but it's what I have to do.
Buffy, you want to kill Anya.
I don't want to.
Then don't. When our friends go all crazy and start killing people, we help them.
Sitting right here.
He's got a point. He's got a point there.
It's different.
It is
Because
a little
you don't
different
care
because
about
she's
it
a
the same way I
demon,
do.
but also that he's got a point.
Buffy, I still love her.
I see both sides. I know you still do. I know he still loves her. Oh, I didn't know he would say
You
it.
can't see this for what it really is.
Possibly. Fuck. Oh man, this is hard.
Anya's a demon.
And you're the Slayer. I see now how it's all very simple.
It is never simple.
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah, don't turn on her.
Of course not.
Don't get volatile.
If there's a mass-murdering demon that you're, oh, say, boning, then it's all gray area.
Spike was harmless.
Xander just takes it a step too far sometimes.
Step away from everything human and act like you're the law. If you knew what I
I
felt...
killed Angel.
Mm-hmm. Let's not forget it.
I loved him more than I will ever love anything in this life. And I put a sword through his heart because I had to.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember giving me Willow's message? Kick his ass?
I never said that.
This is different.
It is always different. You get down on me for cutting myself off, but in the end, the Slayer is always cut off. There's only me. I am the love.
There has to be another way.
Then please find it.
Yeah. She's not gonna just say, no, there's no other way. Like, yes, she'll be encouraging and she would love for you to find another way, but she's clearly thought through it and she just doesn't know what else there is. But like, if the love of your life, you know, that's what Anya is for Xander. He loves her. If we're talking about killing her, he's gonna try to exhaust every other option to like an impossible emotional extent. And I can understand that as well. And like, I can understand him getting, you know, upset and scared with everyone else not being on the same level of desperate to find another way, you know?
Beatimus sitin nomina Dahafrenis.
Dahafren.
Fiat hoc.
Is she gonna try to speak to him and ask him to...
Ad mundum.
She's gonna try to talk to him and ask him to make Anya a human again? Not at the sacrifice of her turning into something, I hope.
Miss Rosenberg.
Hi.
How lovely to see you again.
Yeah, because he wanted to recruit her.
So I didn't feel your presence earlier today? I didn't feel a bit of the old you? Very well. Let's talk about Anyanka.
I thought I might find you here. I'm sorry for everything I did to you, everything I put you through.
All better. Thank goodness you got here in time.
You don't understand. Buffy's coming to kill you.
Yeah.
She's coming to try.
You guys are friends. How could you talk like this?
I have a job to do.
Oh, she's already
Buffy, get
here.
out of here.
Okay. Oh my god. I thought Buffy was gonna give him more time to try to figure it out. Ugh.
Don't you have a clever retort for me?
I wonder if they're doing the whole thing where like Anya kind of wants to die because she feels so guilty. I'm not sure. Wow. No. 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 Why are we cutting to why are we cutting to this? What just that? No.
Honey.
Oh.
Honey.
Interesting. Interesting flashback.
I'm awake.
No. Oh my god. Honestly, I was hoping for the dream trope. Then he was going to wake up and it wasn't real. No way.
Thing earlier with the singing. The coconuts.
What?
Oh my god. I love this callback. This is fun. Mustard.
Mr. Xander Harris.
A new
That's
song?
what he is to the world outside. Not very much to the world I know. All these years with nothing. I've boned a troll, I've wreaked some wrath. But on the whole, I've had no path. Anya, Christina, Emanuela, Jenkins, Harris.
Wow.
I'll be missing.
Bro's passed out.
This is Anya, lame ass, made up maiden name.
Made up a maiden name. I can't, literally, is this, there's no, is this, okay, she's good. Don't do that to me. She's good?
You know better than that, Buffy.
Is Buffy, she looks like she's not surprised, like this is all part of her plan. Oh. Whoa.
Stop trying to save me, Xander.
Oh my god, what did Willow do? What did she do? If he turns Anya back into a human, I'm afraid of what Willow agreed to.
I talked to your friend, Miss Rosenberg. She's a firebrand. Miss Rosenberg seems to think Anyanka would be better suited outside the Vengeance Fold. I'm not sure if anyone's bothered to find out what Anyanka herself really wants.
She doesn't want to be a vengeance demon. She doesn't.
Her original name was...
I want to take it back.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I want to undo what I did.
Be more specific. I don't want him to trick her and do something bad.
In order to restore the lives of the victims, the fates require a sacrifice. The life and soul of a vengeance demon.
Perhaps there's some sort of alternate price.
You can't help me. Not even sure there's a me to help.
Ooh.
Undo what I did.
No!
What?
Hallie?
Oh my god.
Who did you think you were dealing with? Why? Because you wished it.
Of course, he didn't specify whose life he would take.
Now you, Anya, you're out. Congratulations. Your wish is granted. From beneath you, it devours.
What the hell?
Be patient. All good things in time.
Why does everyone keep saying that? Why is everyone in on it but us? Damn. She's gonna be very changed from this experience too. She's been in a transitional period for a while now, but now it's like, this is gonna be very hard for her to move on from. They've been friends for very long, her and Halfrek.
Whatever's between us, it doesn't matter. You shouldn't be alone in this.
My whole life, I've just clung to whatever came along. Xander, what if I'm really nobody?
Don't be a dope.
I'm a dope.
Sometimes.
That's a start.
Yeah, part of your identity, I guess. But there's a lot more to you than that. First of all, R.I.P. Halfrek. She was never my favorite character. I really didn't like her. I didn't really enjoy her character very much, but I can appreciate that, you know, that is her best friend and has been her best friend for centuries, and it is so insanely cruel for D'Hoffryn to do what he did there. It was interesting watching this, and I felt like so many parallels. I've felt them before between Willow and Anya, and how they've gone through similar things where they've both kind of indulged in hurting people and enjoyed hurting people and gotten on these power trips and just caused people a lot of pain. But then at the end of the day, that's not who they are in like their soul, and it's not who they want to be, and they both are trying to not be that. I like kind of pointed out that parallel at the beginning of the season, but then this episode made me think it's also kind of similar to, in Anya's case specifically, maybe comparable to a vampire getting their soul. I think it's still up in the air based on what I've seen you guys say about whether Vengeance Demon Anya has a soul or not. Because this intense guilt that she was feeling even as a Vengeance Demon, it's like, oh, you would think if she didn't have a soul, she wouldn't be able to feel that. I think with like centuries of just being a Vengeance Demon and just knowing nothing else, and then after centuries like coming to the conclusion that that's wrong and realizing that that's not who you want to be, and then being left to wonder, who even am I then? That is a bit of a similar arc, I think, that Angel and Spike maybe are going through in different ways. I think in very different ways, because based on how she was acting as a Vengeance Demon, I do think she had a soul during. So it's not a perfect parallel by any means, but there is something, I think, there that she and like Spike could relate to each other too. And like that night that they got really vulnerable with each other and ended up sleeping together, I kind of it really clicked with me then, like how much they do have in common. So yeah, but that's just a random side note. Other than that, I really enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed like getting flashbacks of Olaf and Anya and seeing like how she turned him into a troll because he cheated on her, and De Hoffren saw that and kind of took her in as his own, bestowed on Yanka the name on her, and like taught her all about the life as a vengeance demon and got her into that and everything. And she's been, oh God, she did that for what, 1,000 years? That's just so crazy to me. Sorry if my math is off. I thought that they were gonna go somewhere with the bunnies that she was like dealing with in the first flashback, but now that the episode is over, I think they put the bunnies there in the first flashback, and that was just it for the explanation as to why she doesn't like them anymore. I think maybe she's just scared of them because they like remind her of that time in her life when she was like cheated on and everything, and she was, scorned by a man, and she never let herself get scorned by a man ever again until Xander left her at the altar. I was a little bit frustrated, usually when it comes to Xander, when it comes to most people on this show, just because the characters are so realistically and fleshed out and it's so well done. With most characters on the show, I always have mixed feelings when they're doing something that I don't exactly agree with, because most of the time I can just understand where they're coming from because they're so well written. And Xander is like that a lot of the time for me, where like in this episode I was getting frustrated with him when Willow came to them and told them about what she knew, that it was Anya that set those demons on the frat boys, and Xander's immediate response to that was like, and you didn't tell us, you didn't tell me. It's like a repeated pattern of behavior with him where he just is very he always is putting himself first and is kind of a selfish thinker, and he gets very like easily offended when he feels left out without really taking the time to process and understand where someone else might be coming from. So I was a little frustrated there with him and how he came at Willow in that moment, because I feel like Willow handled everything like she should. I also was a little bit surprised though with Buffy being like, yeah, I'm gonna have to kill her. And she literally went and tried to kill her. I have something in my eye. She literally went and tried to kill her. Usually we do see Buffy kind of weigh the options more than she did in this episode. I think for the sake of storytelling, that just didn't happen. And I'm happy that they at least included, the conversation where she was like, I've been thinking about this for a long time. And it would make sense because ever since Anya's been turned into a vengeance demon and she, the big worm situation, someone almost died because of Anya. It's like, oh, I'm sure ever since then, Buffy has been like, I might have to kill her. And I'm sure she's thought of other options, and now this has happened, and it was kind of a confirmation to her that it's like, yeah, it's probably time. And she doesn't want to, but it's just like her job as the Slayer. And I accept that. Like, I don't judge Buffy at all for like jumping to that conclusion, because I don't think it was really a jump. I think she really was thinking about it for a while. But I also, like I said, like have empathy for Xander there, being like, no, there has to be another way, because if it was the love of my life that, was a vengeance demon all of a sudden and causing havoc, I wouldn't want to kill them. I would want to figure out any possible way to get them to be human again. And it's like, there's got to be a way, So I understand Xander's desperation there. And he says really stupid things sometimes when he's heated and scared and emotional. But at the end of the day, I definitely saw all sides of that argument when it came to Xander and Buffy and Willow. It was scary, before I move on, it was scary seeing Willow kind of get snappy when she was killing that spider demon with like not the little girl, but the college girl in the closet. She was like, will you quit your whining or whatever? And I thought that was really interesting insight to how her, like, I don't know, in her brain is working at this point, and how using magic affects her. So like she still can to an extent, but when she uses a lot of power at once, she kind of loses control of who she is still. And she was able to immediately snap out of it and like apologize, so that's also good. But it just, makes sense why she's so nervous about using magic, because she's still very much dealing with like not letting it overcome her. De Hoffren, I kind of wish we could get an episode focused on him and like what his, I don't know, business looks like that he runs and how he got into this business, and I don't know, he's very interesting, but he's like really scary and very manipulative. The way he talks to Anya, the way that he has like this cult following and like manipulates people into being his little vengeance demons, but then will kill them without any remorse. Killed Hallie with zero remorse just to prove a point to Anya because he was upset with her. It's terrifying, but it speaks volumes what Anya did in this episode, where gave into her vengeance demon instincts, I guess. She's been feeling a lot of pressure from other vengeance demons in the community and everything, and I get the feeling that she has like a need to appease D'Hoffryn as well. So she did that and she immediately regretted it, and I'm sure it's very confusing to her because she was able to do stuff like that for 1,000 years without it being a problem, but then she went and became a human and fell in love and gained like this scope of emotions, and now she just can't do that anymore. It was just very telling that she was ready to give her life for what she did and bring them all back. Thank God they were all able to come back, because that would have been so hard. Like all the frat boys, it would have been so hard for her to try to move on from something like that. She already is going to feel so awful about being tricked into Hallie dying, but at the very least the frat boys are okay, so she doesn't have to grieve over that decision that she made. That is fixed, but now she has to grieve for Hallie, and now she's human again. I don't know how we're gonna see her work into the show from here. I mean, in a way, her being human definitely makes it easier for her to make it back into the Scooby Gang, you know, because we don't have to be mistrustful or anything. But yeah, it doesn't seem like her and Xander are going to get back together. Maybe, again, maybe her and Willow will strike up a friendship. I said that, you know, they have a lot in common, so maybe that's how we can keep her around. But it's interesting that it's episode 5 that we're seeing this huge moment for Anya. Again, it just makes me excited to see where her character goes and ends when the series comes to an end. Yeah, and then Spike just in his basement, not his basement, the school basement, just talking to visions of Buffy and getting comfort through fake Buffy, and Buffy's just like, real Buffy's like, you just got to get out of here, this basement isn't good for you. And it left off with him being like, I have nowhere to go, but then we didn't see him for the rest of the episode. I'm curious about whether we're going to let him come stay with us. I don't think Buffy's quite there with him, like comfortable with that, especially with Dawn in the house. Like, I don't think Dawn would be comfortable with Spike living with them, and I think she would care about Dawn's opinion on that matter and do what's best for Dawn. But there's got to be somewhere maybe we can help Spike find somewhere else to live, at the very least. That is where we are going to end it for today. Thank you guys very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys next time.